on everyone's mind, whispered in forums, and asked in countless meetings. Can you truly use a VA loan for building a house? There's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as VA loans, that these loans are only good for buying homes, not creating them. Also, there's a common myth that VA loans can only be used to buy existing homes. Spoiler alert, that's not true. Well, buckle up, because I am about to dive into the heart of this mystery and uncover the truth that awaits. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time home builder, this video is packed with valuable insights that will empower you to use your VA loan benefits to their fullest potential. So, grab your hard hats and let's get building. What is a VA construction loan? Let's chat about something pretty cool. VA construction loans. If you're eligible, and we'll touch on what eligible means in a sec, this could be a fantastic way for you to buy some land and build your dream home right on it. It's like getting a custom-made suit, but for living in. So, who gets to jump on this opportunity? Well, if you qualify for a VA home loan in the first place, you're already in the running. And let me tell you, if you do qualify, a VA loan is likely going to be your new best friend. Why? Because they often offer lower interest rates than other types of home loans. You don't have to save up for a down payment, less, really. And there's no pesky mortgage insurance to worry about. Now, when it comes to building your home from the ground up with a VA loan, there are a couple of paths you can take. One is a short-term loan that you switch over to a regular VA mortgage after your house is all set and ready. The other is a one-and-done deal called a construction to permanent loan. It's super convenient because you only go through the closing process once, which means you only pay those closing costs one time. So, who offers VA construction loan? Here's the thing, not every lender out there offers these types of loans, and finding one that does might feel a bit like a treasure hunt. Even places you think are a sure bet, like Veterans United, might not have the loan you're looking for. And if it's a construction to permanent loan you're after, well, you might need to put on your detective hat because they're a bit like finding a unicorn. So, if you're dreaming of building your own home and you're eligible for a VA loan, start exploring your options. It might take some digging to find the perfect lender for your construction dreams, but the effort could lead you to the doorstep of your brand new home. And that's a journey worth taking, don't you think? Follow new construction requirements. If you've served our country as a veteran, active service member, National Guard member, or reservist, I've got some good news for you. You're likely eligible for VA loans, and that includes VA construction loans to build your dream home. Pretty awesome, right? Now, whether you qualify depends on a few things like when you served and for how long. And yes, you'll need to have left the service under honorable conditions. The VA's website is a treasure trove of info on this, detailing all the different service lengths for various periods. But to keep it simple, here's the gist of it. You should have been on active service for 90 consecutive days during wartime, or served 181 days during peacetime, or spent over 6 years with the National Guard or Reserves, or 90 days under Title 32, with at least 30 of those days back-to-back, and it's not just the service members themselves who can benefit. Some spouses might be eligible too, especially if you're the surviving spouse of a veteran or the spouse of a veteran who is missing in action or a prisoner of war. Before you get too excited, remember, no one gets a VA loan without a Certificate of Eligibility, COE, from the VA. Your mortgage lender will need this to kickstart your home loan application. They might even offer to apply for you. But if you want to get ahead of the game, you can apply for your COE directly on the VA's website. Getting your eligibility sorted is usually the straightforward part. Next, you'll need to qualify for the loan itself, which means getting pre-approved just like any other home buyer out there. Your loan officer will take a good look at your finances, starting with your credit score. While the VA doesn't set a minimum score, most lenders like to see something above 620, though some might consider scores as low as 580. They'll also check out your job history to ensure you've got a steady income and can comfortably afford your new loan. Plus, they'll look at your debt-to-income ratio to make sure taking on this loan won't stretch your finances too thin. How to build a house with a VA loan? Step 1. Securing your golden ticket, the Certificate of Eligibility, CO. First up, we need to make sure you have your Certificate of Eligibility, CO. Think of this as your golden ticket, proving you've served and are eligible for this fantastic VA loan benefit. Getting your hands on your CO is quite straightforward. You can hop onto the VA benefits portal to apply. Veterans, you'll need your DD 214 discharge papers handy, and if you're currently serving, a statement of service signed by your personnel officer will do the trick. Step 2. Finding your financial champion. Choosing a VA lender and getting pre-approved next. We're on the hunt for a VA-approved lender. Your financial champion will guide you through the construction loan process. The VA partners with private lenders to bring you these loans, so you'll be working with a bank, credit union, or other financial institutions. It's worth noting that not all lenders offer VA construction loans, so you might need to do a bit of detective work here. Once you find a lender who's a good fit, it's time to get pre-approved. This is where you chat with your loan officer about your dream project and what you bring to the table financially. They'll take a look at your income, assets, and credit to see how they can best support you. Here's a handy list of documents to keep at your fingertips for this process. Your CO, recent pay stubs, federal tax returns from the last 2 years, bank and investment account statements, your driver's license or another form of photo ID if you already own your land, the deed, a survey, and a settlement statement, or if you're about to buy land, the purchase agreement, your construction contract with your chosen builder. Step 3. Teaming up with a top-notch builder. Working with a VA-registered builder now. For the construction to begin, you need a builder who knows the ins and outs of VA construction loans. This means finding a VA-registered, licensed, and insured builder who's up for the task. While you might have a builder in mind, they need to meet the VA standards and be registered with them. Some lenders might already have a list of approved builders, which can simplify your search. If your heart is set on a builder who's not yet VA registered, no worries. They can apply for a VA builder ID number by submitting some paperwork to the local VA Regional Loan Center, including builder information and certification. Step 4. Sharing your dream with the experts. Submitting project plans. All right, once your builder is officially on the VA's list, it's time to share your dream home plans with your VA construction loan lender. Your builder will be your best ally here, providing all the necessary details about the materials, the plot of land, and the vision for your future home. Whether it's a purchase agreement for a new land or the deed for land you already own, make sure you have these documents ready. A survey of the land and the detailed construction plans and specifications for your home are also crucial. This is where your dream starts to take shape on paper. Step 5. Ensuring your dream meets reality. Getting a home appraisal. Next up, we need to confirm that your future home aligns with its future value through a VA home appraisal. This step is a bit unique since the home doesn't exist yet. The appraisal will be based on your project plans. If your home design is significantly more lavish or unusual compared to others in the neighborhood, it might impact the appraisal value and, consequently, your loan. Step 6. Making it official. Closing on the VA new construction loan now. Brace yourself for a bit of a wait. Securing approval for a VA construction loan involves a fair amount of paperwork and can take anywhere from 45 to 60 days, or sometimes longer. If you're also in the process of buying land, it's wise to keep the seller in the loop about this time frame. If you're required to cover the funding fee, think of it as the VA's version of mortgage insurance. It will be rolled into your loan amount. When it's time to close, the funds will be released in stages, fitting the timeline of your project. For instance, you might initially receive funds for the land purchase, and your builder might get a 10% advance. The remaining funds will be safely kept in an escrow account, ready to support your construction as it hits various milestones. Step 7. Crossing the finish line. Completing the final VA inspection. The final stretch. Once construction wraps up, a final VA inspection will ensure everything was built just as planned. Passing this inspection means your project is officially complete. At this point, your loan transitions into a permanent VA loan. marking the beginning of your new chapter in your newly built dream home. This is where your vision and planning come full circle, and you get to enjoy the fruits of your hard work and dedication. Construction loan limits. If you're looking into using your VA-backed home loan and wondering about how much you can borrow without needing to put down a payment, it's pretty important to check out your entitlement and the current loan limits. So, here's the scoop. No limits with full entitlement. First off, if you've got full entitlement, you're in a sweet spot because there aren't any loan limits for you. This means you can borrow more than $144,000 without needing to worry about a down payment. The VA backs this up by guaranteeing to your lender that if things go sideways and you can't pay back the loan, they'll cover up to 25% of the loan amount. Pretty cool, right? You're considered to have full entitlement if any of these ring true for you. You've never used your home loan benefit before. You had a VA loan before, paid it off, and sold the property, which means you've got your full entitlement back. You've tapped into your home loan benefit but had to go through a foreclosure or a short sale, also known as a compromise claim, and have paid back the VA in full. And just a heads up, terms like additional entitlement, bonus entitlement, or Tier 2 entitlement might pop up when lenders talk about VA-backed loans over $144,000. But don't worry, you won't need to juggle these terms when you're applying for a loan. Limits apply with remaining entitlement. On the flip side, if you've got remaining entitlement, there are some limits based on the county loan limit where you're planning to live. If you default, the VA promises your lender they'll cover up to 25% of the county loan limit, minus any entitlement you've already used. You can check out the county loan limits over at the FHFA website. You might have remaining entitlement if you're currently paying back an active VA loan. You've paid off a VA loan in full but still own the property. You've switched your VA loan to a non-VA loan and kept the home. You had a short sale on a previous VA loan and didn't fully repay the VA. You went through a deed in lieu of foreclosure or had a foreclosure on a previous VA loan and didn't fully repay the VA. And the good news? You can use your remaining entitlement by itself or along with a down payment to snag another VA home loan. So, whether you're starting fresh or have some entitlement left, it's all about checking those details to make the most of your VA home loan benefits. Hope that helps clear things up. A few friendly tips. Interest rates. They might be a tad higher for construction loans, but remember, you're building your dream home exactly how you want it. Down payment. One of the best parts of VA loans is the $0 down payment. However, depending on your lender, there might be different requirements. It's always good to ask. Budget wisely. Keep a close eye on your budget and maybe even plan for a little wiggle room. Construction projects can be full of surprises. Building a house with a VA loan is a journey filled with excitement, decisions, and ultimately, the creation of your dream home. With the right team by your side and a clear path forward, it's a fulfilling process that leads to a place you can truly call your own.